have they got for us today? Nope. Fake news. Irrelevant. Aha! Here's something with some substance. Some schmuck can read these other things. As you all may be aware, Doctor Who is a British TV show that first aired way back in 1963. Since then, it has had over 26 seasons under its belt, and over the years, many actors have stepped in to fill the iconic shoes of the Doctor himself. Until recently, when the BBC announced that Jodie Whittaker will be the first to officially trade them in for a pair of high heels. I say officially because who really knew what those people got up to in their spare time? On a more serious note, this has sparked backlash. Credit to Twitter user @TechnicallyRon for making these title screens out of the BBC's comment section. For those of you who are listening and do not have the visual aids, allow me to read some of them for you. Nobody wants a TARDIS full of bras. The BBC are trying to brainwash your children. Tell me something I don't know. Time travel is for men and men only. Because when in the past 54 years that this show has been running for, have we ever seen a woman step into that time machine? This comment was clearly written by a true fan of the show. But my personal favorite is, political correctness should not exist in space. Now, this is a valid point actually, and let me explain why. You see, it's not that big an issue while we're doing our initial exploration, but when we make contact with alien civilizations, then boy oh boy. If you thought 2016 was bad, wait till we're among the stars, among infinite races, infinite cultures, infinite genders, and infinite things to be offended by. If you were to be truly politically correct out there, you would not be allowed to say anything, or do anything, or even be there because you're probably flying through someone else's sacred or safe space. So either anything goes on the final frontier, or nothing at all. We good? We got that cleared up? Great, because that is only half the story. The flip side to this, the alternative factor, if you will, are those who say the new Doctor is not inclusive enough. I mean, why settle for a woman? These people want a black trans Doctor, as feminist icon Anita Sarkeesian puts it. It is not as if you fix the woman problem, then fix the race problem, then fix the queer/trans problem. It all has to be in tandem. I mean, Jesus Christ on a bicycle! The same people who got mad at Pepsi for trying to address social issues are getting all up in the Doctor's grills for not addressing enough of them. Make up your friggin' minds, people! But I'm not just here to throw rocks at critics. Oh no, the BBC's hands are not exactly clean either. I mean, they are responsible for all of this. And I've heard their argument that, oh, the Doctor is a two-hearted alien who is able to regenerate in all forms. Why then, might I ask, in such a rich and vast universe as the one they have established, have all of these forms been human? Huh? Why has the Doctor not regenerated as, say, a Silurian, a Sontaran, the Silence, a Dalek, a Cyberman, a Zygon, the Silence, an Ood, an Ice Warrior, the Yeti, the Silence, a Weevil, a Weeping Angel, the Silence, or an Argonian? Huh? What? Is it that Earth is somehow all important. Like everything revolves around us. We are somehow more than just a miserable blue speck that nobody out there cares about. I mean, that is a very geocentric view of the universe, guys. How is it that such a hip and trendy and progressive show is bogged down with such a 15th century mentality? Huh? Doesn't make a lick of sense now, does it? And the only reason I can think of for why the Doctor has merely changed genders instead of species is if the BBC is in fact jumping on this PC bandwagon. So great job, guys. You've ruined a perfectly good show by pandering to a demographic that will never be happy about anything ever. I hope at least you're happy with what you've done, because everyone knows it is Doctor Who, not Nurse Who, goddammit! Half the fun of the show was speculating on why the Doctor always needed a female companion. You know, if we shouldn't come knocking when the TARDIS is a-rocking. Or if he ever took a dip in Amy's pond, if you know what I mean. But alas, the party is over. Unless... Hey, how do you social justice people feel about a lesbian Doctor? Huh? I know this is something a lot of people on both sides of the aisle would like to see. Am I right, guys? And to the BBC, if you're listening, this is how you dig yourselves out of this mess. Just putting it out there. Sleep on it. You're welcome. But you know what? I will give some credit where it is due. Backpedaling to Sarkeesian's earlier remark about how we need to address problems at the same time. It's an interesting notion that choosing to deal with one form of discrimination over another is in and of itself discriminatory. I mean, that is a debate almost worth having. Hell, I could join the conversation about whether or not discrimination is in fact a thing and what could be done to fix it. We could discuss this until the cows come home, no offense. But at the end of the day, a doctor with tits has about as much hope of ending sexism as a carbonated beverage did for racism. Because it is not the doctor's responsibility to address social issues. It's ours. You see, television shows are a sign of the times. TV is and should be a reflection, a commentary of what's already happening in the world. Because when TV takes the lead, when TV is able to dictate how real life should be, well, my friends, that is how you end up with a TV star in the White House. I'm Connor O'Loughlin, and this is Alternative Factors. Thank you for watching, listening, astral projecting, or however else you might be accessing the show. Tune in next week to find out the truth about who really shot Harambe. In the meantime, stay woke, people.